Accessibility. Obviously, we want to set up a practice where patients can access you, but more importantly, where can you have the greatest access to an abundance of patients? See, the old days, BJ used to say, hey, just get in your car, fill it up with gas, drive till it runs out of gas. Wherever you run out of gas, cut down a tree, build a table, and you can have a successful chiropractic practice. I think we would all agree that those days are long gone from our current situation. So here's the thing. Accessibility comes down at the very beginning of picking the right market. Where are you going to open a practice? Where are you going to build a practice? And it really comes down to what is the best market out there? Where are the best states? Who has the best overall laws and support for chiropractic? And in those states, where are the best markets in those states? What states have really good markets left? What states are kind of overburdened in the good markets? And certainly places that aren't saturated. It's always amazing to me how many chiropractors graduate, whether it's from Palmer or Life or Sherman or wherever, and they've kind of established a life there, and they decide that's the place to practice chiropractic. And there's no more saturated markets anywhere than right around our chiropractic schools and universities. So number one, eliminate that. Another thing that people do, a mistake that's made is, well, I want to practice where I want to live, or where I want a vacation, or where I want to have all my hobbies. So I want to practice near a ski resort because that's my passion, and I want to ski as much as possible. Or I want to live on the beach, so I'm going to practice right on the beach. Well, does that give you access to a lot of patients? Not necessarily, because a lot of times those can be in vacation type areas. And so you have access to a lot of patients, but not long-term, lifetime type patients in the practice that you want to build. And it's very up and down in those type of markets. Hey, you can open up right on the beach, but guess what you just did? You just cut off 50% of your market because you're living right there by water. So unless you have hundreds of patients coming in by boat every day, not a great place to practice. Practice away from there so that you have a radius, 100% radius of where people are coming in. Where's the ground most fertile? That's what it comes down to. What is going to be the easiest, the least difficult, the least stress to get a practice up and launched? Because it is work in the beginning. You're growing from ground zero. So you want accessibility to people. You want those people to have access to you. And you want to open up in a place where it's going to be the least difficult to market that practice, to build that reputation, to start having that foundation in your practice as soon as possible. Where's the best return on investment? There may be markets that have millions of people in them. That ratio may be really great for the number of people per chiropractor. However, your rent, your lease, all of your other expenses are going to be sky high in that type of market. And then you're going to have to do a ton of expensive marketing to build that foundation that we're talking about. And so that might not be a great return on investment. You have a lot of people there, but it may be very difficult to get access to them and for them to learn about you and eventually access you and your practice. So where is it going to be the least difficult? Where is it going to be most fertile for you to practice chiropractic? I always tell this story. I'm a Midwest farm boy growing up. And so people will say, well, where should I practice? I say, well, it's kind of like if someone asks me, hey, I want to be a farmer and I want to grow the best corn possible, be the most productive farmer growing corn that I can possibly be. And they say, well, but I really like snow skiing. I want to live in the mountains. So where can I grow great corn in the mountains? Well, knowing what I know from growing up in the Midwest and having lived right near the most fertile corn growing soil in the world, I know that you could probably grow some corn in the mountains, but it's never going to be what you could grow if you buy some of that fertile land in the Midwest in Illinois. So understand that you can practice wherever you want, but the accessibility that you have to market your practice and the accessibility that patients have to you are what's going to determine what's your productivity. How many bushels to the acre can you grow in that Midwest black rich soil compared to trying to grow it on the rocks up on a mountain? And so when you're looking at a market, make sure you're making all the considerations necessary to make sure that you've got a great return on investment, that you have accessibility not only for the people to get to you, but for you to be able to market to the people, and that you make it the least difficult, the most fertile area that you can possibly make it.